twisted minds unique.
What is up, all you slashaholics? You see the board, you know what fucking time it is. It's time for another ranking video!
Yeah, baby!
What are we ranking this time, Jenny?
Oh, you know, one of my favorite... Well, it's got one of my favorite movies in it, but this franchise is a fucking mess.
Oh,
Texas
hot mess.
Chainsaw Massacre!
Yes, it is!
Yes.
And you know, because this board is here, that there is got to be at least one S tier and at least one F tier.
Shouldn't be hard.
No, I don't think so.
I definitely think that I already know. I already know which one's going up and which one's going down.
Mm-hmm.
There might be a couple ups. There's
They're
good ones. There's definitely some Fs in here.
Oh,
too.
yeah, absolutely. You want to start us off, Jenny?
I do. Nope. That one.
Okay.
Because it wouldn't pick up. This is the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. This is the 2003 remake, right?
Yes, it is.
Just making sure, because sometimes the screen, it's a little dark, so it's hard to see them sometimes.
Right.
And a lot of them are just called the Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Or Texas Chainsaw Massacre, or Texas Chainsaw...
Yep.
Whatever.
So,
this
is the 2003 remake.
Right.
I will be honest, when I saw this, I was mad, because it was a very polished up version of the first one, and I just didn't like that.
It is.
However,
it is kind of interesting to note, though, the director of cinematography for this film was also the director of cinematography for the original 75 or 74 version.
yeah.
In fact, he tracked some shots that were very fucking similar.
Yeah. Like including the booty shot.
Right.
Going up to the front door.
It's also kind of important to note that the original actor that was playing Leatherface in this, Mr. Brett Wagner, the Big Schwag himself,
Big swag!
is going to be here in Central Illinois in a few months.
Yeah!
With us out at Horror Fiesta. So you need
That's
to
our buddy.
Yeah, you need to come out and say hi to him, get an autograph, get a picture, do the whole shebang.
Yes. So, I think this is at least an A tier. I used to hate it. I went back and did a total reevaluation.
Because I told you
Because
to.
you made me, and I'm so glad you did, because this movie's great.
If you disregard the original source material
Yes.
that this came from, this is a great standalone slasher film.
Absolutely. I say A tier for this one.
I'm good with A tier.
Alright, cool. There we go. Your turn. No whammies. Apparently this tape's not super sticky.
Yeah.
What'd you get?
Leatherface. Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3. Because there are two
I was gonna say,
films
there's
that-
another one called Leatherface in here too.
Right, there is. This is a film that probably shouldn't exist, because at the end of 2, they all
Everybody
die.
dies, yep.
They all die, except
Yep.
we don't know the fate of Chop Top, but
But
we
we
never see him
assume
again.
he's dead. He falls down that tunnel pretty
But-
hard after getting pretty beat up. So.
Right, but Leatherface is back after seemingly blowing up in 2.
With a whole new family.
With a whole new family, and this isn't...
It doesn't.
This-
This movie doesn't make sense. But
Viggo Mortensen. Viggo Mortensen playing a Texan.
I thought Viggo was in the fourth one.
No, that's
No,
Matthew
that's
McConaughey.
right. That's Matthew McConaughey. Yeah, Viggo Mortensen is in this one.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Playing the Texan, and he's what's his nationality?
He's like New Zealand.
Yeah, that's what I
something like
thought. That's what I thought. Yeah, this movie's not good.
I don't know. I don't want to put an F, but I think
I
it's
don't
at
think
least
it deserves
a D.
an F, but definitely a D. I would
D
agree with
tier.
you. I would agree with you.
Here.
The most controversial horror film ever is finally here. That's what it says on the cover.
The terror begins the second it starts. Who writes this shit? Who writes? I mean, come on. We can come up with better taglines than that.
Yeah. Yep. Okay, my turn.
Yep.
Oh. Now we get an F tier one.
Straight up F tier.
This one's just called Texas Chainsaw Massacre. It came out in 2022. It's
Netflix
trash.
original.
Yep.
Which I fucking hate, because you cannot buy it on disc in any way, shape, or form.
Nope. So you can't complete your collection.
No, exactly.
It also, Fede Alvarez was the one who was supposed to really do this movie, and he kind of ended up taking a back seat in the process.
Yeah, no, he totally did. The most egregious thing about this, though, is not the fact that this disregards every other sequel prior to it. It's a direct sequel to the original one. But the way they do Sally
It's so
Hardister's
bad.
character
Oh,
is so
man.
fucking dirty.
It is so
I don't
wrong.
want to get into it here. We'll get into it when we do actually eventually cover this, because we will
We
cover
will. We're
it,
gonna
even
get
though
it.
we don't have a physical copy
Yeah.
to throw away like we normally do with everything else. But yeah, no, straight up F tier.
Yeah. Yep. No doubt. Hallie can maybe disagree with me on this one. I actually do like the bus scene. I think it's hilarious. Aside from that whole, you're gonna get, if you make a move, you're gonna get canceled, bro. That line's stupid. But, like, the actual kill scene is
okay,
pretty fucking
so
cool. That's like the only thing that I actually like about that movie is the killing scene in
I
the
like
bus.
the killing portion of that scene, but the whole, like, everybody's got their fucking cell phone out, everybody's live streaming, you're gonna get canceled, bro, is very much a product.
Eye roll.
No, it's
Big
an eye
time.
roll for us.
Yes.
But it's very much a product of the time of the generation that it was talking in that scene.
And I guess probably trying to target that audience too.
Yeah.
Trying to bring in maybe a younger crowd to the Texas Chainsaw Massacre franchise.
Trying.
I don't know. I don't think it works.
I don't think it works, no.
And there was that whole, like, subplot about the sister having survived through a school shooting, and, like, I don't know, it was
weird. It was
too
so
much.
weird.
It was too much.
So weird. Alright, and we're gonna go right there. Texas Chainsaw 3D. Another direct continuation from the first one that disregards everything in between.
We do that a lot in this franchise.
The only thing that I can say about this, though, is they did bring back actors.
Absolutely.
Not reprising the same
Bill
characters.
Moseley's in the opening.
Bill Moseley's playing the cook.
Yeah, which
in
is
this
pretty
one,
funny.
Which is funny. But Gunnar Hansen
is in it, too.
And it's the only one that he comes back for.
Yeah, and it's one of his last times on screen before he passed away, too. He passed away shortly after this film. I don't know what you feel about this movie.
When this came out, I did actually enjoy it. The only thing
It's a fun movie to watch.
Right.
I'll give it that. It is.
The only thing I really disliked was at the end when the girl that inherits what's supposed to be like Sawyer's house
Which
or whatever.
Is beautiful and
right. It's like immaculate and not looking like fucking
like it's like some plantation.
She basically looks at Leatherface and says,
"Do your thing, cuz." Worst line ever.
I do like the post-credit scene for this.
Yeah, I do too.
For the
parents
unrated cut of this.
Yeah.
But yeah, no.
It's at least a C
tier. Yeah, no.
It's fine. It's fun to watch. It's a fun thing to put on every once in a while. But it's not something that I would intentionally seek out.
No.
Like if it was on in someone's house, I'd sit down and enjoy it. Right. But I don't think I would go to my TV and search for it to look for it to watch.
I mean, it's on my Vudu, so you don't have to go very
know.
far.
But I wouldn't even scroll to find it on your Vudu, is what I'm saying. I'd rather watch something else in the franchise.
Right, obviously.
Like, I'll rewatch 2 over and over and over again.
All right. My plate, you dog.
You dog dick.
Told you. Revisit that line at least several times a week.
God. Oh, Lord. The new generation. Because we're starting over again.
Yeah,
why not? With a whole new family and the fucking Illuminati.
Right. The fucking Illuminati are
What?
controlling the Sawyers.
What? What? This movie's fucking F-class. Sorry. I'm not even going to discuss it anymore.
No. D. Come on. I put it in D. Put it in D.
There's at least some entertainment
There is
behind
some
it.
entertainment behind
Matthew
it. Matthew McConaughey and Renee Zellweger.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay? That alone puts it in D status.
Agreed.
There is an anecdote that I need to tell about this. Matthew McConaughey went in and read for a different character.
Yeah.
And he did the read and everything like that, and then the producers were asking him if he knew anybody else that might be interested in playing this other character.
Yeah.
And he named some actors, got in his car, drove off.
And then he was like, wait, what the fuck? Why
He's
did
like,
I
what
do
the
that?
fuck am I doing? Goes back, reads again for that character, nails the audition, and becomes basically the new cook of the family.
Yeah. And basically the main character of the movie.
Yeah, no.
You know.
Besides Leatherface, obviously.
Right.
Who, in this one, is dressing in drag.
Yeah,
well,
he kind of,
I mean, he wore the
He
makeup
wears a
mask
women's mask.
in one.
And wears like an apron and things like that. Like, but never exclusively like straight up cross dressing.
Like, no, this is straight up cross dressing right here.
Yeah.
Which I think is more of a nod to Ed Gein than anything else. Probably.
Agreed. Yeah. All right, my turn. Your turn. It's your turn.
You just pulled that
Yeah,
one.
I did.
So I'm gonna go. Huh? Texas Chainsaw Massacre: The Beginning, a prequel to the 2003 remake. So there are things about this that I like.
Yeah, for sure.
I love the explanation of how like Arlie Emming's character became the cop and everything
how he
like
got that hat.
Right. I also enjoy
it gives us Leatherface's backstory and how he was born deformed and all of that. Right.
Born deformed, works in a slaughterhouse and everything like that. You know.
Yep.
Yeah, it's like a C tier
yeah,
for
that's
me.
exactly what I was thinking with C. It's like, it's not terrible, but it's not great either. It's definitely a C.
Yeah. No, and they did get the same guy that replaced Brett, Andrew Berzinski, I think, or something like that.
Yeah, and he's a really great Leatherface.
No, he's not a bad Leatherface, but they did get him back.
But we do want you, Brett.
Yeah.
I wish it was always you.
Yeah, Brett. And if you get a chance to, also go check out Brett and Felissa Rose's podcast on YouTube. Killing Time Experience. So wonderful.
It's so good. And you can't get any better than like two icons like Brett and Felissa.
And they're constantly bringing guests on, and talking to them about their experiences. They do the whole horror con circuit and stuff like that. So yeah, definitely.
We would have loved to have Felissa come with Brett for our horror fiesta coming up in September, but she was not available for that weekend. But we've got talks. We're in talks.
We're in talks about potentially maybe bringing her in next year.
Yes. So stay tuned for that.
Yep.
All right, my turn?
Yep, your turn. I just pulled that.
I'm going to... Okay, so what's left in here? Two of my favorites.
Two and one.
And that Leatherface bullshit.
And Leatherface from 2017 with Steven Dorff.
Oh, yeah, he was in that, wasn't he? Oh, come here, you.
And
Lily Tomlin?
Not Tomlin. I don't know, I can't.
No, not Lily Tomlin. Lily... Shit, I can't think of what her name is, but she plays the mom. Like
yeah.
And in those ones, they're the Hewitt family, not the Sawyer family.
Yeah, so that's more of a because they were Hewitts in this series.
Exactly.
Right. The remake series.
Y'all, I pulled the OG, the number one, the top dog. He's obviously going directly to the top.
Obviously.
I mean, do not pass go. Do not collect $200. Like,
you cannot have the franchise without it. It must go there.
And it honestly, like, the grittiness, the fear that it invoked in so many people,
and mind you,
continues
it's all implied. We cannot stress that enough.
There's
all
no gore
implied.
in that movie. Well, but it's scary as fuck.
The closest thing we get to gore is when
all
Leatherface falls. When Leatherface falls and cuts his leg. That's the closest thing we get to gore.
For sure.
We do see him using the chainsaw and allegedly carving someone up, but again, the way the camera is, you do not see it. You do not see blood splatter, and everybody still remembers the girl clearly getting impaled by the meat hook, and she never.
They never actually.
They never show it. They never show all implied.
The glory of old filmmaking.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we got two left. Probably the worst and one of my favorites. Which one you gonna get, Hallie? Okay.
So there is.
I'm not gonna say it's the worst.
It's not the worst. No.
But the lore and the backstory of Leatherface is so fucked up in this. That I don't even know.
The red herring in it, though.
Yeah.
The red herring. And that's all I'm going to say. The red herring, the person you think is Leatherface the entire fucking time is not.
Nope.
But that was kind of interesting.
But this also gives him a backstory of, Leatherface, really, literally in every single movie except for this one,
is a simpleton.
Is clearly a mentally handicapped person.
Mm-hmm.
Someone who does not have a high IQ, likely has multiple mental handicaps as well, and it's very obvious.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas this, I don't know what the fuck that is. I really don't know what the fuck that is. It's
I don't get it.
Not good. It's what? The film is made well.
No, it is. It
is made well, but the story's
the acting's okay in it. I don't mind Stephen Dorff.
No.
Lily, I cannot remember her last name. The mom in it. And,
Taylor.
And
Taylor. No. Maybe. I don't know. Been in so many damn things.
She was in Conjuring.
Carrying on. I'm gonna find out what her last name is. I don't know.
But I'm gonna put this in D tier.
I would agree with you.
Because it's not as bad as this garbage, but it's not as good as, like, this either, you know?
Yeah.
Which means we don't have anything in B tier, because I know damn well the last one's not going in B tier.
Hell no, it's at least an A, probably an S, if you ask me. Hold on, let me real quick find out what her name is.
Like I said, she was also in The Conjuring. As well.
Lily Taylor. Lily Taylor. I got it right with you.
I knew it wasn't Tomlin, because Tomlin is an older actor.
Yeah. Alright, well, that leaves me with the one and only Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2! Yeah, this movie is hilarious. It's not scary in any way, but it's got lots of really good gore. Like skin cutting off and people wearing other people's faces and lots of grossness.
Yeah.
And getting stabbed through with a fucking chainsaw all the way through and turned just so that we can see it running. And yeah, this shit's great. I personally want to put it in S tier, but it's okay in A tier.
A tier.
Alright. And there you have it, folks. That is how we have ranked,
The entire, thus far, because there is talks that there is another one in the works.
They're never gonna stop. They just gonna keep doing it forever and ever.
From what I understand,
I wish they would stop, though, you guys.
From what I understand, this next one is supposed to be a,
Does it take place in space?
No. That would be
because we haven't gone to space yet in this one.
That would be interesting. No, a gated community has expanding its borders, and it's basically butting up right next to the Sawyers family.
Oh, is it the Sawyers now? And not the Hewitts?
I think it's the Sawyers. I'm not sure.
Who knows?
Anyway, the family that is the cannibals or whatever. Yeah. And as the gated community keeps encroaching, Leatherface goes to work. That's what I've heard thus far. Have no idea on a potential release date. Have no idea if it actually will get released.
Essentially doing the same thing that they tried to do in this garbage, where they're like taking over a town and trying to gentrify everything.
Right. I don't know.
So I guess we're going with that same sort of theme. Maybe?
I don't know if it's a sequel to the 2022 Netflix film or not.
Okay.
It doesn't say. There's very limited information about it right now because it is still in production.
Let's be honest here, though. Every single one of these, okay, except for this, and these three, which are technically kind of a series. Those three, at least these two, they go together, beginning and
ending. Absolutely.
Aside from those, every single one of them is a retcon.
It's a retcon or just straight.
Except for two. 2 is a continuation. It's definitely like a sequel because we've got the cook carries over.
The cook carries over. We've got Nubbins carries over.
Leatherface doesn't die in the first one, so he definitely comes back in the second one.
Right.
Whereas almost every single one of the other ones is a complete restart.
It's not a complete restart. It's a restart from 2 on. Like they acknowledge the events of the first one.
Yeah.
But or allegedly, I mean specifically. This acknowledges the events of the first one. This acknowledges the events of the first one. But 3, 4, they're
a hot fucking mess, dude.
The whole timeline's fucked, which is why we did it. We covered it in our convoluted timelines.
That's right. That's right. It's probably one of the most. It's right up there with Halloween.
Yeah.
It's
the most egregious timelines in horror history.
For sure. So,
but that is how we rank it. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Let us know how you would have ranked it better.
Do you disagree with us?
Or do you agree with us? It's okay if you disagree with us.
Yeah.
Everyone's entitled to their opinions.
Yeah.
Until the next time, everyone, we will see you all
in the afterlife.